Welcome to SS1 Chemistry First Term Week 2. Before we begin, there is one truth I want you to know. Chemistry is not hiding only in the laboratory. Chemistry is everywhere around you. Listen, any day you go to school, before you step your feet inside your classroom, chemistry had already worked for you. From the treatment of the water you use to take your bath, to the type of soap you used, to the cream you applied, and from there to the food you eat, it doesn't stop there. It goes to the fuel that powered the vehicle you used to go to school. And then to the totality of the material around you. All these things involve chemistry. So today, we are going to uncover where chemistry becomes useful in your life. The various areas that chemistry becomes useful in your life, in my life, and in the lives of people living in our community and beyond. So the scope of this lesson is very simple. Where are those areas of life endeavors that chemistry becomes useful? And that informs the topic, applications of chemistry. The first application of chemistry is in medicine and healthcare. Now you see that tiny tablet of paracetamol you swallow. It may look ordinary, but inside it lies years of research by chemists and scientists in the process of finding cure or management of fever and pain. And this is one of the ways chemistry is applied in medicine and healthcare. So chemistry is applied in the production, testing, and improvement of medicines. Another area of life that chemistry has enormous applications is in agriculture. You know, the farmer may have the best seeds, yet he may still have the poorest harvest. Do you know why? If you plant the best seed in a nutrient-barren soil, then it becomes a wasted effort. Chemistry helps you to understand what the soil needs and how the plant can grow better. Chemistry helps you to understand the kind of nutrients that the soil needs for the most bountiful harvests. So chemistry is applied in soil analysis, fertilizer production, and importantly, pest control. When the soil is analyzed, the kind of nutrient that it needs is identified, and this will inform production of the fertilizer, the best fertilizer that solves that particular problem of nutrients. And again, in order to avoid attacks by pests, chemistry also helps in the pest control through the production of pesticides. Another important area of life that chemistry is useful is in the petroleum and energy sector. Look, the fuel that moves cars and powers industries did not start as petrol. It started as crude oil. And when chemistry happens to the crude oil, it gets processed and transformed to petrol. So chemistry is just like a middleman or the midwife that converts crude oil to fuel. So chemistry is applied in crude oil processing, production of petrol, other petroleum fractions like diesel, kerosene, etc. And importantly, petrochemicals, petroleum-based products like plastics and all the rest of them. The next is food industry. Now look at these three questions. Why do food industries test their products before selling them? Why does bread become stale? And why do some food products last longer than expected or have longer shelf life? You know what? The answers to these questions are provided by chemistry. Chemistry is therefore involved in processing of foods, preserving or preservation, and testing of food products. They do so through preservatives, manufacture, and flavorings, and even food additives. Number 5 area of life that chemistry influences positively is the chemical industry. Now look around your room. The soap you use, the paint on your walls, and the plastic materials. These materials did not appear by magic. They stemmed from raw materials, and chemistry helps to transform raw materials to useful products. So the role of chemistry in chemical industry is enormous, especially in manufacturing and quality control. The next is space science. One thing that we have to know is that chemistry is not restricted to the Earth. When scientists send machines to the space, they need special materials and fuels that can survive extreme conditions of pressure, temperature, and what have you. So chemistry is applied in developing special materials and fuels for space exploration. Now, the mother of all applications is education and research. Do you know that every chemical discovery started with someone asking a question? Why does this happen? How can we improve this? And do you know why chemistry grows or keeps growing from ages to ages? Because scientists keep searching for answers. Not only do they ask questions, they question the answers, and everything keeps going as new truths are being discovered. So chemistry is applied in teaching, experimentation, and importantly, discovery of new knowledge. Medicine and healthcare, agriculture, petroleum and energy, food industry, space science, and education and research. The classwork is displayed on the screen, and the WAEC and JAM-styled questions are also displayed on the screen. The next class is going to be part B, which is the adverse effects of chemistry in these areas of life mentioned. Stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel.